Okay, it's Sunday, July 4th today, so I just did a fly around of our cornfields, kind of see how they're doing, and I figured I'd walk out into the field here in my house, just show you how it's grown. If you remember a couple days ago, it was chest height. And now, it's not chest height anymore. It's gonna go up and down, but right in this spot, it's over my head. That is awesome. That is just awesome. You can see down there it's shorter. It'll go up and down a bit throughout the fields, but if there's spots that are doing that well, then that's a pretty good start. It's a very good start. Well, I'm late for a supper, so I guess I'll go do that. Eat free food. Such a chore. Alright, to be fair, I'll walk into the same spot I did the other day. It's definitely not quite as tall, but it's grown a lot since that video. Right here is where I was standing the other day, somewhere right here. And it was about to here. And now it's here. 3 days. It's incredible how fast this stuff grows. I'll take you over to a field that we planted later, but a month later than this. It won't be this tall, but it's doing all right. All right, let's go there. I would show you the hay fields, but we just mowed them, so there's not much there to look at. And we don't have any wheat or beans. We just have corn and hay. We need it all for feed, so no extra ground for other crops. Alright, this was planted a month later. It's definitely not anywhere close to the field over there. You can see the difference is so much taller, so much darker green. But this has come a long way. It looked kind of yellowy and sickly for quite a while. But it's coming along. You can see it's mid-thigh, so for corn that was planted as late as this, it's not doing too bad. And as you'll see in the overview, it's pretty consistent. There's no big drowned out spots. There's a few spots along that fence line where the corn planter was having problems, so there's some skips there. But that's because of the corn planter, not because of the seed or because of the weather or anything. You know, it's just mechanical failure. And there's some spots on the home farm too where the whole planter just stopped planting for a little bit, and that was because of a worn out part on the planter we didn't realize until later. So we'll have to do something different next year. Alright, we're just coming over the first field. There's a few light spots along the trees, but it looks fairly good. Couple misses. A thin spot there looks like probably a low spot where water pools. But as a whole, this field looks pretty good. I think it's like 22 or 23 acres. Oh, I was starting to lose service, so I had to go a little higher. What's happening? Oh, next field. Along the left side there, you can see it's pretty angled. So there's some spots where the 12-row planter was overlapping too much, and he decided rather than overlapping a huge amount, he left a few spots like that. But the rest of the field looks pretty good. This one is like 65 acres, I think. That's the front part of that field. That section was in hay for a lot of years, and that has some weird inconsistencies to it. I'm not sure why. This field was planted a month later, so it's not near as far along. It's a lot thinner. One spot where the planter didn't start planting right away for some reason. You'll see a couple of spots like right there. That might be a wet spot. There's a few in that field. See a couple misses. You can also see the sprayer tracks. But definitely some spots where the planter malfunctioned. Sometimes one row, sometimes the whole planter. And we didn't notice that till later. Along the trees there, just wet. Those are wet spots where the corn just didn't do as good. All the way along there, the water just comes out of the trees a little bit. So that's all that is. Back towards the barn here. Definitely some misses. I don't know if the planter went into the ground too late or if it just didn't start planting right away. I'm not sure. Not sure. Out in the field there, you see a couple more misses, and that was planter malfunctions. It's thinner on the manure pit there because we drove in there too much doing an extension on the manure pit. Those are wet spots where it's yellow. You see some misses along the right side of the field. That must have been a planter malfunction. I don't know what else that would have been. You can see the all 12 rows on that one swath just kicked on and off. And there's definitely misses across the field, but that just looks like one row or once in a while. But that second round in from the outside, there's a lot of spots that were missed. And that was also planted later, so it's smaller. Now we're back over the earlier planted stuff. That's my farm there. This actually looks pretty good. There's a few random spots for whatever reason. I don't know. You can see there's definitely some up and down. That track is from compaction. We hauled manure out from the barn this spring. And that's just damage from the manure sprayer. Alright. I know this isn't the most exciting video, just a crop tour, or cornfield tour, I guess. I find it interesting. So, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.